it's a ban. I don't know if it's a pick, but I think that if TMA can play Misfortune, it's pretty good to pick. But there's a lot of counter matchups too, and you can't lock in a Morgana early on. So being red side for Team Liquid Academy and being able to take those in tandem is really good for them, because Misfortune, you don't want to blind pick her unless you pair her with a Morgana to stop counters.
Yeah, things looking awful good for Team Liquid Academy. Again, they picked red side in games 1, 3, and 5. So this is game number 3. They decided into this. We're seeing a different ban now. Shen taken away from Zig.
They don't want to deal with that global pressure from Zig, because Zig was running them around the map. He was TPing or using Stand United, and then if Rowhammers would answer with a TP, he wouldn't have another way to get back to that fight. Rowhammers ended up, I remember clearly, there was a fight where he was Malphite bottom, and then Shen came in from behind. Shen even walked in sometimes, and he's not able to actually follow him up. And I like this. The first pick here, Morgana for Hakuho. Break up that pair with the Misfortune. I still think that Misfortune will probably be locked in here. And I said earlier, I think in game 1, or after game 1, that Matt, he's got way more in his champion pool than just Morgana. You may watch those games and say, okay, he's a Morgana one trick, or he's really good at that. I say he's really good at pick champions, and there it is.
Yeah.
He's called Matt Life for a reason.
Yeah, Thresh now locked in. It's after Faker. Thresh locked in for Matt. Misfortune again picked up for Fabi here. And Frostbite, they're looking at a scary bottom lane once again.
I think Misfortune, with anything that Matt's going to pull out, is going to be a scary bottom lane. Allowing Fabi to have this champion and the lane dominance that she has on the current 524 patch that they're playing is a mistake. I think that Thresh paired with this is going to be almost no different, despite Morgana having a really good matchup against Thresh. But what are you going to pair with this Morgana that's going to make enough difference so that giving up the Misfortune is okay?
We're going to find out. Frostbite looking to answer now. Alawi being hovered by Wolfie, and Rek'Sai taking... Yeah, he's now locked in, taken away from Dardoch and Ezreal.
Ezreal, so... I know that Pinoy played Ezreal over in the other series that's going on between Top Dog Gaming and Astral Authority, but I want to see how this Ezreal fares in the hands of TMA. I know he loves champions like Corki, like Ezreal, for the AD carry role, where you're spamming abilities constantly and trying to land skill shots. I want to see if he can deliver on it, but also Zeri taking away the jungle pick of Dardoch here that he usually goes for when he doesn't have his Nidalee.
We're seeing something a bit interesting out of Liquid now. Graves locked in very quickly. Malphite also going to be picked, but that's 2 AD carries.
He has a jungle Graves, I think. It could be a mid lane Graves, but I actually think it's jungle Graves. I was talking with Meteos when I did patch rundown, and jungle Graves is apparently something that's really strong. I played it when it first came out. He was really strong, and his Q did more damage, but jungle Graves, you clear very well. When you have a red buff, you're able to actually just slide into lanes and get the slow off on people. The vision denial is really good. The burst. Once again, another double AD composition here for Team Liquid Academy. So Youngbin can run whatever he wants, and he doesn't really have to worry about resistances being stacked against him.
Looks like Lissandra going to answer. Xerath again picked up for Wolfie. That's going to put Lissandra on Rowhammers.
Yeah, Lissandra is something that was banned over in the LCK, and I think even at IEM, where Ever was playing, I definitely think that this is a champion that North America has kind of looked over a tiny bit, and in the current meta in 524, has a good environment for it, but I personally don't know what it is just yet. I'm going to watch this game very closely and see what Rowhammers is able to do on the champion. But with double ADs, I definitely think it's a huge threat. You force them to get Mercurial Scimitar, third item, or at least a QSS.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. And 30 seconds to go on this Champ Select. These are our teams. Frostbite, their Challenger Series spot is on the line in this game, and this is the comp they've decided to go with.
Challenger Series spot for Liquid Academy is just one win away for them. The composition for Frostbite, this may be the last one that they play for the entirety of spring in the Riot tournament, because they could be out after this. These picks, they've thought about them long and hard. They've had 3 games to figure it out. This is what they have to throw down on the table. Is it going to be enough to take down TLA? They have taken the previous 2 games against them. I don't know, but it's different, and I like that for a start.
We'll see how it works out. I'm actually excited to talk about the mid lane once again. Yungbin going back to Victor. One gank set him behind, and then he just got preyed on by Wolfie.
Yeah, it's actually quite strange because this matchup has gone both ways. If you go and watch game 1, you see a Victor just dominating the entire game, dominating Wolfie when he hits the mid game and hits some spikes. But then if you watch game 2, Wolfie just looks like he's schooling Yungbin. He's throwing out his ultimate. He's throwing out Qs to poke him down to ultimate range to kill him, and boom. So this is a very tilty matchup in that regard. Who gets that lead and who's able to keep it? But once again, there's not going to be as many. Actually, this is actually the caveat here, is because the Xerath might be better because there are less tanky members now with the Graves in the jungle.
We're going to find out. This is down to the wire. Head back to the Twitterverse to tell us who you think is going to run away with game number 3. Tweet at LOL Esports with the hashtag FBWin or hashtag TLAWin. And this is it. This could be. This could be it. Yes. We might be going to that game 5, to that Silver Scrapes. I mean, certainly.
Do we do Silver Scrapes or do we just do Fat Beat on Challenger? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, well, let's see if that Fat Beat is going to drop. We're loading onto the Rift right now. Frostbite, what could be their last chance at Challenger. They're looking for it as the spawns have begun, and as you mentioned, it is Jungle Graves for Dardoch. And everyone is now out of the base with pretty standard items.
Yeah, Jungle Graves, quite good. It's versatile. You can get over walls, which is pretty much a standard ability now for junglers. Is something you want, because when you invade, you want a way to get out. If they don't have a wall, a gap closer or a move block that gets you over walls or a leap, then they'll have to build flash to chase you, and then you have your own. So I like the Graves. I like the fact that he's able to clear quickly. He's also really fun, too. Every time I play Graves in the jungle, I feel like I'm in the zombie apocalypse. Because you're like, literally, when you're kiting the Krugs, you just turn at them, you smite, you shoot them twice, you start running away, and then you shoot them again, and the mini knockback on your auto attack actually keeps them arm's distance away. So you just kind of play a game where it's like, if Krugs hit me, they infect me, oh no! So it's actually quite fun. It has a good feel to it, for me at least. I love playing it.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on Dardoch's progress as this runs through. Zig spots out Rowhammer's Malphite into Lissandra. Again, double teleport from those top laners as expected. Wolfie rocking the heal in the mid lane. Bit of a change up from the past 2.
I actually think he was running heal both times.
Was he?
Yeah. Yungbin had the Flash Ghost.
Yes.
Wolfie had the heal. A little surprised
he did.
Yeah, a little surprised he never changed to something like Cleanse.
Yeah.
Just because I think that it's a good summoner spell for Xerath, but he does like the heal. He likes to be able to keep his teammates a little bit safer, as well as himself. This is actually going to be a change up here. Because Graves is starting on the top side, Dardoch is, TLA, they actually get to take this romp, and it looks like full experience went over to Matt. You don't hit level 2 because you don't have the machete. Now jungle creeps are worth less experience, but you need to have the machete to make it up. So when Matt gets one thing, he's going to be able to hook and flay.
Ignite is dropped as well. He flashes out of the flay. Hakuho carefully dodging the calculated aggression. Now Massacre, on the other hand, he got both experience from those crush.
Watch.
Double level 2 is picked up. They're looking for the binding. Flash forward. Ooh. No, Fabi dodges. Matt is going to be forced to bully everyone away.
Oh, wow. And that looked like a Thunderlords went off there on Matt as well. So if TM8 was actually able to follow up with the Thunderlords, he may have been able to get Fabi's heal on top of it. So gets the flash, keeps Fabi at level 1, and they have to back. So overall, win there for Frostbite. Breaking up that bottom lane gave them some opportunities for aggression. No Braum this time.
Yeah,
I like
very interesting trade, snagging away that Morgana and demonstrating proficiency with it is Hakuho. Dardoch trying to keep himself alive as the last survivor on Earth.
Run away! Oh, boom, there it is. See?
Yeah.
Run away.
Graves, he actually looks like he totally could be.
Stay away!
Survivor.
Run away in the circle!
He looks like the kind of guy when you're in a zombie apocalypse.
Like, get the bush!
He's just in a log.
See? He stuns it. It doesn't hit him. Don't let it hit you, Dardoch. No!
Oh,
he went into it. Oh. Not a single hit.
Oh.
GG, easy.
Zeri found him.
Sorry, I didn't want to be toxic. My bad. GG,
really
really hard.
For
really
now. Hard. Yeah, Dardoch with the double buff. Looking for a bit of damage. Deathfire now for Yungbin, interestingly enough, as he harasses onto Wolfie. And things nice and calm. No lane swap as we saw in game number 1. Zig just farming it out under that harass from Lissandra.
Yeah, this actually gives Rowhammers, for the first time in the series, a champion that has a little bit of lane pressure. Before, he's the Malphite where you have to cede a lot of ground, and this is going to force Zig to go with a little bit of a magic resist build early, which I think when I personally play Malphite, and I know some people have a different perspective on this, when I personally play Malphite, I don't like going for a magic resist item first. I like going for armor, because then it'll up my damage. So when I make that TP play to bot lane, I know it's going to be harder to kill me, because the AD carry's down there. I know I'm going to be able to offer a little bit more burst with my E. So, not always a big fan of having to get a magic resist item, but I know some people actually really do like it, because the regen on it.
Now we're going to see what Zig decides to go for. His presence in the previous games have been instrumental. Holy damage!
Yeah.
Wow!
So the way that Misfortune double up works now is if you kill the first target, the second one is going to auto-receive a crit and love tap. So the double up does an immense amount of damage. We're talking like almost 200% AD ratio at that point, added on top of the double up damage.
So scary again.
Zeri from behind, though. Speaking of scary, here's Zeri. He knows he doesn't flash.
Oh, flashes. He's going to take the binding. Fabi's so low. He goes down. First blood, Hakuho.
Nice pickup there. And also from Matt, he did flash heads up play, flash lantern, but they did get the stun onto Fabi during that time. Getting his flash early definitely paid off, and I like this. Gank this bottom lane. This bottom lane has been a huge problem. A huge problem. But also picking up the Rek'Sai gave him a different route into bot lane. Dardoch, though, hey!
Playing nice and patient. Dashes face first into a stun. Isn't able to land too much. And just a bit more trade to try pushing Wolfie away.
Yeah, whatever damage you can get on the enemy mid laner and then push the wave out, this allows you a faster recall for your mid laner. It allows your mid laner... Oh.
Yeah, speaking of fast recall, it might be a very fast recall if Youngbin had died there. Matt even shows himself as well as TLA look for some more of that team play and map movements that they're known for.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to mid lane here. It was a game of seconds. When you push out for your mid laner so that he can back and get the items that he needs, it makes it so that Wolfie has to stay here extra long, clear this wave out, try to get it to the turret in time. Luckily, he has blue buff, so he's able to spend his mana and do it very quickly. Now he gets the back. He'll pick up whatever items he wants, but this allows Youngbin to make a roam first, if he's going to. I don't think he will, but these are the types of situations you put the enemy mid laner into. But you do make him lose CS now because Youngbin had opted to back without a blue.
Yeah, we are seeing Youngbin suffer in lane once again, currently down 17 CS as his recall is only going to net him a Hex Core upgrade. Wolfie, on the other hand, again, goes for the Frost Fang and picks up a Fiendish Codex as well. Not quite enough to finish off his Frost Queens, but he's well on his way.
Yeah. He might get some gold out of it. It's really hard to get gold out of Frost Fang. When you get Frost Queens, though, oh man, the bank rolls, the money starts coming in. You get that extra gold from it, and it starts paying for itself very quickly. It's very easy to get about 1,000 gold off of it by the end of the game. Not to mention the active is just so good. But I do want to switch gears to Zeri in the jungle. He went for Cinderhulk. He didn't go for double longswords, which sometimes you'll see longswords from the junglers. You usually don't see second jungle item early. Just like what Dardoch's done and what Zeri have both done. You don't care too much about experience. Look at this.
Matt might be in trouble. I think he's definitely in trouble, actually. There's no might about it. Massacre. That's the second kill for Frostbite.
That's definitely the person you want to have it right now. Looks like he's going to go for what looks like a Trinity Force build so far. Don't know if he'll go for a full blue build.
Oh, they're not done yet. Looks like they're trying to dive on the Fabi. Zeri goes low, goes down. Fabi with the revenge kill.
That was the TP from Zig as well, so he's not going to have that. Rowhammers will have that over him. And Wolfie trying to get back to mid lane. How much poke does he take? All right, yeah, you definitely want to get as much damage as you can off. Dardoch, though, he is going to go towards top.
Ooh, Zig turns now onto Rowhammers. Here comes Dardoch. Trying to go for the juke. Flash gains some distance. The slow is landing, but that's Lissandra. She's got a lot of CC. The slow is about to wear off. Red buff is able to be applied. He turns it around, but he's almost certainly dead. Dardoch kills Rowhammers.
And Dardoch comes through where there's no wards for Rowhammers, and Rowhammers just in the middle of the lane. Good ultimate from Zig to pick it up. Wolfie, no ultimate to actually try and attempt to kill here.
Yeah, again, it's even in kills now. Here's actually a replay of that attempted dive. Fabi on his own.
Oh, doesn't get the knock up. So no follow-up there. TMA, that was super aggressive. So when I said you gank bottom, I don't know if you gank it like that. Oh, missed it.
Whoa, style play out
Dardoch
of
has
Wolfie.
ulti.
They're looking for it. Flash is used, but Wolfie gets out alive.
Ooh, I'm actually surprised Dardoch didn't pull the trigger there. I think he might have not had enough mana, just barely. You can see he's pretty much out. Running around the map, trying to pick up these kills on Graves, but also picking up a level advantage over Zeri. Zeri was 5 when Dardoch was 7. And oh man, it's pretty much just, this is the matchup to watch. Those junglers, who's getting the pressure over the other, is being so crucial.
Ooh, Fabi gets some harass onto Massacre, rides it out to
No
the
flash.
side. Hakuho with the flash. Soul Shackle. Fabi goes low and gets destroyed by Massacre. Matt's got his flash. He's going to be able to get out of this one. He dodges once. Here comes Dardoch. They pull Hakuho in. A revenge kill is secured in Dardoch. He's going to chase forward. Red buff is applied. Massacre, whoa, he bleeds it forward just a bit. Here comes Rowhammers, but...
There he came, though.
No, that was not the right thing to do. Dardoch with the BM might end up being punished for it. No, he's turning it around. Zeri overestimating his damage.
Ooh,
He goes down.
When you go for the Bomby Cinder, watch out for Matt Hook, though.
He was in line.
Yeah, in line. If it was just, 400 range more, then we'd nerf it. But that one would have hit if it was. But man, why are you making those plays down bottom like that? Zeri has just died twice by going bottom in what was definitely a suboptimal play. Twice.
We are seeing the reaction out of Fabi, however. Take a look at his build. Not going for the double BF sword. He did at some point have double longsword. He did turn that into a Warhammer now. So there is a proper reaction. Fabi still gets some pressure on this turret, but it's 11 minutes in, and he still hasn't brought that down. A complete change from game 1 and 2.
Yeah, and actually, talking about builds, TM8, though, he went for what looks like it's going to be actually a complete blue build here. Dropping money on tier, you have to do it early, but it's not really active combat stats for you when you go for trades. So TM8's going to actually hit a little bit of a power trough here, but eventually the blue build, from what I've been hearing for Ezreal, is the superior build if you are a good Ezreal player. The more Qs you can land, the better this build becomes for you than an auto attack build.
Did Hakuho just snag that blue buff?
No, he's got nothing under his.
Oh, I see.
Under his skirt. Not that I look.
Oh boy, Dardoch takes the scuttle now, drops a pink to clear out the vision from Frostbite. And again, spending a lot of time in this bottom lane. More harass finds Youngbin. Still down only about 10 CS. It's even just about everywhere else, though that timely Frost Queens is going to spot Dardoch. But for the Swifties, he's able to keep himself at a range.
Oh, Youngbin, though. Rowhammers is off on the side. Rowhammers can actually close this distance, and then, yep, there it looks like.
Oh, no flash. Youngbin gets locked down. Here comes the snare. Wolfie gets the kill. Zig cancels his teleport.
And they get a TP for it, too. Really late on the TP, but they didn't actually see Rowhammers coming down. You'd think the MIA ping would come through from Zig, and then Youngbin would play a little more defensively, but he finds his way in there. Rowhammers is actually going to have a really good start to this game so far.
Things looking very good for Frostbite. It's still even in kills, but Frostbite have a slight gold lead. No turrets have been taken, so it's still everyone's game.
I think Zeri definitely needs to take a little bit of a breath here, stop being so aggressive, because it looks like the series and being down 2-0 is starting to get to him. And Hakuho as well. Hakuho had a really good play, and Hakuho had to overextend, and it ended up being too greedy. But once again, clearing out this pink ward. You see Dardoch's going to answer by roaming down towards this bottom side of the map while farming. But also TM8, not too healthy right now to try and take a skirmish with Fabi.
These are nice and calm so far. I mean, aside from the 8 kills. A little bit more harass finds Massacre, but again, with junglers far away, not a lot of chance for any crazy action without a skill shot. True shot.
Give it away.
Finds some damage at the bottom while Dardoch continues to play his mini game. Oh,
he lands his Q.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
He didn't land the Q. If he had, then he actually would have had a kill opportunity there, but just barely. But I do like the idea of actually continuing to use it, to try and get consumables out of Youngbin, to try and make Youngbin back. Rowhammers, if he goes aggressive here, okay, good.
Yeah, just keeping it safe.
Shove it up, make sure that there's some turret, make sure that there's some being lost. But actually, there's a ward behind these guys. If Rowhammers TPs, he could make a play, but the problem is he doesn't have ultimate just yet. There's the TP.
Uh-oh, this could be a scary position. Fabi going forward. Matt is going to toss the flay. Rowhammers with the jukes. Now looks for Fabi on the side. He burned his flash. He's low. He's caught. He's dead.
That's a lot for just Fabi. They're going to have to get a little bit more off of this because they're going to lose farm top. Zig may pick up a turret for himself as well because you don't have anybody to rotate up there. That was actually a very strange flash from Rowhammers. I have to look at it again to see if it was actually worth it at all, because he might need it here, because they're going to go for a dive.
Yeah, this is 4v2 right now. Matt tosses the flay. Dardoch is the target on Braves. He's shut down. Massacre gets the kill. A binding is going to catch Matt. He's dropped double kill. Massacre. The turret, he'll keep him alive. 7-5, Frostbite.
And that's going to be this turret going down, but they also got the turret in the top lane. But look at this Youngbin.
Here comes Youngbin. He's going way forward. The black shield catches Rowhammers. He's able to shut down Massacre. Turns for Hakuho. He gets the kill. He's being kept alive just a bit. He's looking for another one, but Rowhammers shuts him down.
How did he get TM8? Rowhammers are going to continue to push up, but we've got to watch out for Fabi.
Yeah, this fight has been so long. We've had a respawn cycle. Matt is now on his way down there.
They didn't get the turret either. Oh, this is really nice. Rowhammers with the black shield. Look at, oh my god!
Oh, he stands in it.
Ah, just the tip. Why would you run back into it? Ah.
So it is answered back. Youngbin ends up going down here, but more importantly, let's take a look at the turrets traded over. It's 2-0. Oh, wow, Matt. Again, the binding was online, but just not quite in range.
Yeah, almost. Needs to have 400 extra range, man. One day. But TM8 looks like he's going to go for Iceborne Gauntlet here. He's got his blue build. It's stacking up. Very close to being online. He's 5-1-2, which is a great place to be in his scaling build.
16 minutes in, even in gold, just about even in kills. So it looks like Liquid might want to put some pressure mid. Dardoch finds Hakuho.
Ezreal ulti
could be caught out. There's a lot of damage dealt, but he's still fine.
Are they going to stick around here and try to siege this mid lane turret? Wolfie, he's running a little bit low on mana. No blue buff on him at the moment. It is still in the jungle, but you can see off on the side, Zig. Zig is waiting to engage.
Dardoch looks to steal the blue now. Zig, as you mentioned, waiting in the wings. Zombie survival is going to keep Dardoch at high health, but Massacre takes the bottom tier 1. Whoa, Matt looks to be the target of some harass from Wolfie. Fabi gets chunked out.
Just kidding. Looks like it's Fabi who's the target. TM8, though, he's going to continue to shove this bottom wave out. It could become a problem, and you may have to allocate somebody to that bot wave. But everybody's backing right now. Dardoch's going to look for what looks like possibly a gank. Okay, he went through Rift Herald and back. But yeah, this is going to crash against the turret, and Fabi, there's no home guard yet. He's going to miss out on a little bit of the CS. Where's that going? Is that going to hit Youngbin?
Shot comes across, misses Youngbin.
Hey!
More to put pressure on the lane than anything else. Action in the top, as it looks like
Zig has ulti too.
Trading out with Dig. And
oh, he walks too far forward. Zig's going to ulti.
Oh, he gets knocked down. Rowhammers tries to keep himself up. A short hop is not enough. The stun finds Dardoch, but he still gets the kill.
Yeah, when you don't have your turret like that, you don't have vision on any of your flanks or your sides. You should not be up that far. Big mistake there by Rowhammers, especially with no flash.
Maybe some of that good old-fashioned Tryndamere blood pumping through his veins. Oh, I can totally make it out of... Oh, no, I'm not playing Tryndamere. Uh-oh, Matt.
He was on a mission to get some vision.
Oh, this is the binding there. It takes a bit of damage. Tosses a lantern for Fabi. He gets chunked low and goes down. Fabi's like, nah, dude.
Malphite TP to the back. He has no ulti, though.
Yeah, this is a very aggressive play. Zig now could be the one who's caught. He flashes. And more harass from Wolfie is going to punish him. Liquid lose a man, but not quite able to take anything else off of that death.
Ezreal ulti just for some poke, but it's going to skirt by everybody. Be able to siege this mid lane, though. Wolfie pretty much full mana at this point. Some people want to back on the side of TLA, though. Yeah. No TP for Zig. You know you have a numbers advantage here. It's definitely time to push out for Frostbite. Youngbin will be the wave clear, though.
A lot of wave clear from Liquid to try to keep the turret up. Poke comes across. There goes the ultimate from Xerath. Binding is going to be dodged as well, and Liquid survive the wave. Dardoch, whoa! Tries to punish Hakuho and teammate.
That's two ultimates down. That's both your AD carry ultimates down there. The ultimate from Fabi, the bullet time, and the collateral damage from Dardoch. Really aggressive play there, just trying to pick up something. I am actually looking at some of the adaptations here that the junglers have made. Zeri, although he hasn't had his hands on Rek'Sai in this series, very different build than what Dardoch went for. Tanky jungle enchant right into a sight stone for his team. So he's providing vision, not just from his trinket, but also vision denial. So this may help them out later on in the game. But right now, Dardoch also contributing to vision in 2 ways. He has the Tracker's Knife for the first time in the series, but he also has the blue trinket for the first time in the series as well, I believe.
Dardoch 5-1-0 right now. Still going for damage as he adds a Youmuu's to his Warrior enchant. Binding again, dodged by Youngbin. Fabi finds an opening. Looks for some damage on the turret. Wolfie's trying to clear it out. Zig, oh, he might be waiting to pull the trigger here. He gets caught in the binding. The turret goes down. Teleport from behind. Youngbin's right on top of it. Rides the Lantern to safety. Rowhammers has to ult himself to try staying alive. The laser is not enough. Not even the Chaos Storm. It's Dardoch who nets the kill. 6-1-0. Matt takes a stun to the face. Lots of poke finds him, but he's going to have to back away if he values his life. Liquid, however, are not done. Zeri and Dardoch trading back and forth. Zeri riding the tunnel system as best he can. Matt dodges the last right of the arcane shot, and Liquid continue to chase forward. Red buff onto Wolfie. Dardoch does so much. Red buff is ticking away. Hakuho goes down. Dardoch is a monster.
Dardoch with the instant Q against the tower, so it detonates immediately. Comes up big there. Zeri, he's going to actually take a tunnel route.
Yeah, he's back in the subway system he was in prior, but this train is going nowhere. He gets knocked away. Not quite enough to bring anyone out. Team Liquid, they haven't lost anyone yet. Yeah, this extended fight.
I'm a little confused. TM8, he seems kind of hesitant to actually go in. He's got the blue build. He's got the Iceborne Gauntlet. If he can land autos, it's hard for people to get away from this team.
Ooh, Dardoch might be caught, but in fact it might be Team 8 who's caught. Lots of damage now going across. Tries to heal it back up, trades some more forward, and the Mystic Shot misses.
Oh, there goes the Frosty Ghosts.
Oh, is he going to turn this around? I think he might have to. Dodges one, gets out of range. Looking for some auto attack.
Oh, the lifesteal.
Here comes Malphite. Massacre's very far forward, but his Swifties aren't enough to catch up.
Yeah, a little aggressive, a little too late for TM8. He has a level advantage over Fabi for the first time in the game, and he just seems still rather hesitant or maybe a little scarred from the previous 2 games. I think that there was a lot of opportunities for him to actually close distance on Matt, close distance on Fabi, and even Dardoch and Zig, because how are they going to really counter-punish you? You'd have to just dodge the hook, and that's it. But you saw Zeri really wanted to go in there. Miscommunication from the Frostbite squad, where I think they could have come up with more.
Unfortunate for Frostbite. It's now 1,000 gold lead for Team Liquid. This is by far the closest game of the series so far. Oh, the body closer. Dardoch. He drops Cleanse, but still goes down.
Big shutdown too. He was 7-1 right before that. 7-2 for him. Nice QSS immediately, but it still wasn't enough. I like the QSS build. I talked about it in Champions Select when you see a Lissandra, and I guess also a Morgana and a Xerath. QSS, probably 3rd item for your AD carries, both of them.
Just a little bit important. Meanwhile, with Dardoch off the map, that opens the gates. They could be looking for it. Fabi tossed. Zeri goes into the back. Fabi is low. He goes down to the dive from Frostbite. They take the turret and continue to chase. Matt is going to be dropped on top of that. Zeri nets the kill. A binding will miss Youngbin. He's still holding on to the Chaos Storm, but it's up to Zig. This could be the wombo they're looking for.
Yeah, if you can't actually take out Youngbin, though, he's got all the wave clear. You're pretty much just going to get a dragon off of that at best, and maybe the blue buff. But Dardoch is back. Dardoch, the 7-2 guy with so much armor penetration in his build. He's rocking about 30 just from his items.
Dardoch could look for it. Oh, secure. He says, thanks, guys, and pieces out. Dragon now looks to be the target. I guess it's a worthy trade. Blue buff for Dragon, 23 minutes in. I think this is Frostbite's first Dragon in this entire series. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
He's fine.
Waiting on the tunnel cooldown. Yeah. And it also looks like
he's probably fine.
Yeah, he's probably fine. I was just looking at Zeri's build again, a little sidetracked. It's going to be the Randu and Zoman here for him, which, there are some crits from Fabi. It's not going to help you too much against Dardoch just yet. Maybe he'll get a crit item eventually. But it's once again a team-oriented build. He's going to be able to help peeling if people try to dive onto Wolfie and dive onto TM8. But usually you'll see a Dead Man's Plate because it adds to your damage, right? Dead Man's Plate is more of the selfish item that once you reach people, you'll slow them. So I actually think that this is very, very focused on the team. So Zeri's saying, maybe I actually think Zeri might be saying, you know what, maybe I just can't beat Dardoch straight up. I'm going to focus on the team.
He is down 2 levels and a multitude of kills, though. Rocking a very similar KDA. Youngbin playing that micro game of dodge to the right of the arcane here in the mid lane. With that concession, as you mentioned, Zeri going for that different build. Dardoch going almost full damage. He's been playing out of his mind so far, stealing away that second blue buff.
Oh, watch for TPs.
Yeah, a little bit of damage finds Matt. Dardoch joins up with the rest of his team. Zig is in the bottom. He's going to try to get a quick recall in. But Team Liquid Academy, they're putting some forward pressure onto Frostbite.
Zig went back. I think he's just sitting there for right now, just making sure that he would have home guard, but he's just going to run back down to the lane. Cool. Rowhammers, though. Rowhammers, I like the early distortion enchant for him so that his cooldown on TP is a little bit less, because he's been beaten to the punch on most of these TPs throughout the entire series. So I like that adaptation. But also, you saw they both walked away from each other in bot lane when I was watching the minimap, and they both looked like they wanted to TP. They were ready to do so. So if Rowhammers is on that game a little bit more, Frostbite might be able to come up with some more teamfight victories despite having that disadvantage in the jungle.
We'll have to see if that is the case, if that cooldown ends up working out. 25 minutes in. Wolfie clearing the mid lane. TLA sitting back and playing defensive. They don't want to take any chances. Focused 100% on getting that Challenger Series spot. Binding misses. Spooky Ghost is going to find Fabi, but not Dardoch, however. He's going to get
over the wall, Matt over the wall.
Oh, the hook finds Hakuho. Even a lantern to bring Fabi in range. Great play from Matt.
Matt with these over-the-wall hooks, game one, over and over again onto Wolfie. Definitely put him on his guard for the remainder of the game. And Hakuho, right there, has to blow flash and ulti. He's not going to be a very effective Morgana, save for some bindings for the next few minutes.
Yeah, the minion wave comes crashing into the turret. Team Liquid ride that wave hard. They're trying to bring it down. Fabi takes 1-2 hits, but is still alive for now. It's 5v4 with Zig in the wings. Looking for some sort of entrance, but instead just provides a little bit of exit for his team.
Zig off on the side here, though. They don't see him. He's been kind of skirting around on this backside. They have an inkling that he's around. The rest of the team's actually going to back off from TLA.
Yeah, with that tier 2 gone, it's now 4-3 in turrets for Team Liquid Academy.
And there's the Muramana completed there for TM8. Nice power spike for him. And I actually, if you look at his build, he had the Bilgewater Cutlass, but then he realized they actually have so much armor on this Malphite now with the Thornmail. With just that one member stacking armor, he still wants the last Whisper for the bonus penetration.
Oh, last half a second of the recall. Dardoch makes it out just fine. Picks up a Maw of Malmortius for his troubles, respecting greatly that damage that Wolfie and Rowhammers are putting on the map. While the split push continues, Fabi farming in the top, Zig in the bottom, and Youngbin relegated to the jungle as Dardoch is in the mid lane.
Yeah, you get poked out by Wolfie, pretty much going to have a bad time. Dardoch, he does have some jungle sustain. If he goes into the jungle, he'll be able to lifesteal a bit off of them. So him taking poke is not as big of a deal. But looking at the build there, TM8 finishes Lord Caster Sage's regards, Lord Dominic's regards.
Uh-oh, Dardoch might be caught. Cleanse keeps him standing. Uh-oh, here comes the rest. The Maw gets popped in the shield. Oh, Dardoch. Good to see he's still got a sense of humor.
I don't know, man. He was telling me that he used to be toxic, and that was the biggest thing holding him back. I don't know. One day he's going to do that. It's going to bite him in the butt.
Well, the question is, will he be doing that in the Challenger Series?
I don't know. That's
what's hinging on this game.
Look at you, going back to story.
Uh-oh. This could be a scary position for Matt. But it's more of atmospheric horror than anything, not true horror, as all of the skill shots is.
Zig, though, TP in the back line. Rowhammers hasn't started his.
Oh, Zig gets into the back. Lots of damage. Bullet time finds Zeri. Not too many targets as Matt misses the binding. He gets way too deep. Oh! Rowhammers is able to drop Fabi, but he goes down as well. It's up to Dardoch and Youngbin right now. Zeri looks for the entryway into that squishy backline. Hakuho's caught. The Spooky Ghost finds Youngbin. Dardoch's taking a lot of damage. There's no Ride of the Arcane. Zig's dancing on top of that tunnel. Team Liquid can't find a way in, but neither can Frostbite.
Oh man, Rowhammer's little late on the TP, but he ends up getting Fabby with pretty much every ounce of his being. He just says, I have to get this kill.
So much damage, finds Youngbin. He's still doing fine. The dive happens. Youngbin goes down as there's an arcane shift forward. Zig is the target. He flashes to dodge the Soul Shackles. Massacre doing so much damage. He's going to trade over his life for Zig's as Dardoch gets the shutdown.
That flat penetration on his build immediately wrecks TM8 against the wall. That is so strong. When you're able to instantly detonate the Q, you saw that burst.
Looks like Frostbite is back in the gold lead. Here's actually a breakdown of that fight. And Zig with the engage.
He's already used his ultimate by the time that Rowhammers even starts channeling. Rowhammers, he's right in front of where Fabby is, ulties him to stop the ultimate. If that had been sooner, Fabby wouldn't have gotten all that damage off. You would have been able to actually collapse on him, and you possibly would have been able to actually get more out of this fight. Because you would have actually saved your life too, as Lissandra. Back and forth here. But then we want to get to the part where TM8 gets blown up. I like this tunnel in. This is the Rek'Sai late game playmaking dream. Boom. Knock up. Youngbin gets dropped. But then Zeri gets out of turret range just in time before he drops. And then Zig dodging and
wow. So much damage and a turret shot on top of it.
I love the new Maw. I think the new Maw is a really good item to pick up if you're going for an armor penetration build, because it's got that 10 armor penetration on it on top of the 20 that you get from Youmuu's, and then just all of the other things on top of it. It's just great damage now too. A little bit of a bush camp. There's a pink in there.
Uh-oh, Zeri gets caught. He's taking so much. Youngbin is the guy who gets the kill. True Shot Barrage. Yep. They're in that bush, guys. Yeah,
a little bit late on that. Rowhammers is going to be bottom. You can't stop that.
Oh, no. Black Shield keeps Massacre standing for now, but Fabby's providing chase. Bullet time nets the kill. Wolfie, split from his team, is forced to back away. That's 2 members dead. Dardoch found Wolfie. He's got no flash. The cleanse on the stun. There's so much being traded, but Dardoch annihilates Wolfie.
And that might be the Baron here for TLA, and they just surge off to what's going to be one of their first big gold leads of the game. That was pick after pick after pick. Rowhammers, bot lane, no TP. And Zig was not going to match him in that lane.
Ooh, True Shot Barrage is not enough to take the Baron. It's picked up by Dardoch. He gets his smite off in time. And Liquid, once again, in the lead.
Very sloppy there. Zeri face checking a bush. Rek'Sai, you have a Q. You don't have to check brush. They were all standing still too, knowing that he was going to walk straight into them. They tracked him as he was doing it. Now 4 levels down on Zeri in comparison to Dardoch.
Yeah, tricky situation. We're 32 minutes in. There are 32 kills. Dragon number 2 being started by Zeri. Rowhammers is there to help. No, Dardoch is at the Grump. Dragon's being taken, and he's finally going to head over. All right, now he sees
he's mighted early.
Oh, and Fabby gets the Dragon. That's number 1 for Team Liquid. Denied number 2 for Frostbite.
It's really the fact that they got number 1. The number 2 is not a big deal. The first Dragon is huge. It gives you so much in terms of your stat multiplication, and also it's probably one of the most important Dragons. That one and 5.
Yeah, very scary situation for Frostbite now. Challenger is on the line, and here comes Liquid. Matt is going to use the Mikhails on himself to make sure he stays standing. The rest of Liquid are now with Baron buff on the tier 2. Dardoch has caught the binding, but he's got a cleanse of his own. Youngbin waiting in the bush, looking for an open.
They're just going to be able to siege this. Wolfie doesn't seem so focused on actually clearing the wave. He's focused on poking. And you can see that in where he's throwing his Qs. He's just trying to get it down. They got Dardoch.
Oh, Dardoch goes down so fast. Zig finds Massacre. Matt's in the back. He's still alive, but Fabby is untouched for now. Hakuho drops the Soul Shackles. Matt, he's not out of range. He gets the kill. He's going to try going for another one. He doesn't quite succeed. Wow, another kill for Youngbin. Wolfie is trying to get it. He's got the Rylai's. Flash is going to be answered for Flash, and Youngbin and Matt escape with their lives.
Oh, man, I thought Youngbin was done there because Hakuho threw a binding. It was supposed to hit Fabby. Youngbin off on the side, but the burst back and forth, they get a lot of Barons off, and look at this. We are back to a 1.2k gold lead for TLA. That's it.
This is so close to what we saw. Oh, let's actually take a look at that fight once again. Matt gets chunked out, but he stays in the fight.
Yeah, Dardoch too far forward. He has turret aggro at that point. No idea why he's there at that moment. Too far forward, doesn't have QSS. And Wolfie, the poke that he was laying down pays off. Look at that, binding hits Youngbin. I thought he was going to be dead there because Rowhammers, but then Rowhammers actually had a moment of hesitation, went back and forth, and then he was just too far from Youngbin, and he ends up dying anyway.
So close. Flash for flash, and Youngbin gets out alive. This game is much closer to what we saw in the Ascension tournament. Teams butting heads, even in gold, even in objectives, but it was Team Liquid who came out in the Ascension. It looks like Team Liquid 2-0 so far, looking to come out 3-0 this time.
They have all the cards right now. They have the series in hand. Frostbite, they're playing for their lives, where TLA are playing, you know, not with so much on the line with just this single game. They have wiggle room. Speaking of wiggle room, though, TM8, they're going to look for him. Not going to get him, though. I don't think they'll be able to make a play off of that. Oh.
Oh?
Okay, he used his QSS. Don't think he meant to. Oops. Yeah, it gives you more movement speed when it's Mercurial Scimitar, but not yet. Maybe he was trying to turn his Murloc
It was the zoning.
Yeah.
Quick zoning. That's what it was. Whoa. Looks like they might be trying to collapse onto Matt and Fabi as the Rite of the Arcane from Wolfie is dropped on. Cool.
Rowhammer's backed off. He might be looking for a TP.
Have to see Dardoch splitting in the mid lane with Zig in the bottom. Assist pings coming out as Dardoch is going to shred through this turret so quickly. He might only have 2 shots in that gun, but he's going to reload so fast. Binding misses, and the inhibitor turret goes down. Zeri looks for Youngbin. He flashes instead onto Fabi. Rowhammers with the flank. Dardoch is doing just fine. Fabi's is the primary target, and he's going to try turning it around. It's not quite enough. Youngbin drops to Wolfie, but it's Zeri who's going down in answer. Liquid aren't done. They're looking for Hakuho now. They could try to answer. He misses 1 skill shot, but he's looking for it. The bullet time nets the kill. 4 versus 2 right now. It's up to Massacre and Wolfie to keep Liquid away from any more objectives.
They're going to get so much off of that. They will probably get this turret too. With Graves, if you get close to that turret, all your shots hit it and you take it down so quickly.
Yes, so much damage. They've caught Wolfie. Wolfie's going low. Dardoch tries to bring him down. He does indeed. Matt trades his life, but he might have traded his life for a spot in the Challenger Series. Massacre, it's up to him now. The skill shot is done. Fabi and Dardoch are on the Nexus. Massacre's looking for it. He's not going to find it in time. The Nexus goes down. Liquid Academy are in the Challenger Series.
In a clean 3-0 as well. Both of the first 2 games, same composition, same formula, able to bring it home. Different members stepped up. And then in this game, Dardoch, pretty much for the entirety of the game, with highest level in the game. How is the jungler highest level in the game? Like, I think that is such an aggressive style to play. It's very greedy, but I think that he's able to pull it off beautifully, and it's how I would love to play League of Legends as a jungler. Like, let me just take all the kills.
Well, I mean, we did just watch the game, so you've got these great highlight reels. Pentakills on Rek'Sai, who I know you're a big fan of, and now this amazing game on Graves. Dardoch, man, Challenger Series is going to have to keep an eye on this guy.
Yes, I definitely think that he is a very, very good player. I think that the Challenger Series has their eye on him. I think that people in the LCS, you know, I know that Dardoch has been seeing offers from teams, but the reason he wants to stay on TLA is that he gets to work so closely with I Will Dominate. And he said before very openly that one day he might replace him on the starting roster. And he said in the interview at HTC, you know, that's what he's preparing for. He really wants to be an LCS player. He's 100% dedicated to it. And I think that his style is just really, really, really good. I think it's super great that he can carry a team like that in multiple situations. You saw it with Graves. You saw it with Rek'Sai. He doesn't back down, and he definitely delivers.
Yeah, and with that, Team Liquid take the win. Frostbite, they put up a good fight. They butted heads. Game 2, you know, they kind of went for the deja vu trick again for the execution. Team Liquid ended up taking the win. In Game 3, they responded appropriately. It was, in fact, a very close game.
Yeah, in Game 3, it's one of those things where you walk away and you go, you know, TM8, he had all of the tools, but Blue Ezreal, you still actually need 6 items to actually do a whole lot of damage. He needs that Mercurial Scimitar to just go over that extra edge. But I think the fights, I don't think it was the Ezreal, I think it was the fights that they were taking. They're taking them too often. Rowhammer's not on the same page as the team just yet. It was very obvious with those TPs and how late he was compared to Zig. And the plays that they were making, they were just out macroed, whether it was the Game 1 turret where it wasn't bounced correctly, or it was this game where at the very end you let an inhibitor turret and inhib fall for practically free. Dardoch ran up. You didn't respect what the Graves is able to do point blank to turrets. It does more damage because all the bolts are hitting it when you get right up there. So I think these are some mistakes that Frostbite are going to go look at and go back and see. this is where they messed up, and then they'll have to re-gear up for Challenger in summer.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they do make it into that summer split, but that's a quick 3-0 for Team Liquid, improving over their HTC Ascension 3-1. But we're going to go ahead and step away for a quick break, but when we return, we'll dive into our second series between Top Dog Gaming and Astral Authority. Stay with us. The North American Challenger Series Spring Qualifier Finals continue after this. Here comes Rowhammers, but
Very game, though.
No, that was not the right thing to do. He's going way forward. The Black Shield catches Rowhammers. He's able to shut down Massacre. Turns for Hakuho.
With the Black Shield. Look at, oh my god!
Oh, he stands in.
Just the tip. Why would you walk back into it?
He's got no flash. The cleanse on the stun. There's so much being traded, but Dardoch annihilates Wolfie. He flashes instead onto Fabi. Rowhammers with the flank. Dardoch is doing just fine. Fabi's is the primary target, and he's going to try turning it around. It's not quite enough.